I'm Erin Osborne. I'm 23 years old and have lived in Clifton Forge my entire life. Went to Sharon Elementary School and graduated from Alleghany in 2015. I grew up with Mr. Nicely's grandchildren. I had friends from all over, from every background, from different financial statuses and different ethnicities, beliefs, and religions. But I was unaware of just how privileged I am simply because of my skin. I did not become educated on this until I became an adult. I had my son at 20 years old. My son is biracial. I did not understand how much racism is still alive and well until I went places with my son's father and saw the way that people looked at us. I did not understand until I saw it firsthand. In 1914, Woodrow Wilson states, "There are no government positions for Negroes in the South. A Negro's place is in a cornfield." That is why Cletus's comment is racist. Whether he intended it that way or not, it really doesn't matter. If someone hurts you and you tell them that they have hurt you, you don't get to say, "No, I didn't." Whether Mr. Nicely intended to use a racial statement or not, he should have acknowledged his mistake and apologized. I'm also really sick of everyone talking about how easily offended everyone is these days, because in all actuality, our generation is just tired of the absolutely insane behavior of our elders that so many of you are so quick to dismiss because they are from a different time. It's time to unlearn these behaviors. You can say racist things on accident. A woman I've known my entire life said to my sister that my son was the perfect color, and someone I had been friends with for years commented that she was not expecting his hair to be as nice as it is. I do not believe these people said these things to be intentionally ugly, but those statements were racist and still need to be addressed as such. The correct response to those instances is to apologize for your ignorance and educate yourself to be better. There is no excuse in 2020 to be uneducated, especially because we are all aware of what is happening all across our country. It all starts at home, and if you think your mindset and attitude don't have a ripple effect, you're extremely misguided. Today, it is not enough to simply not be a racist. Today, it is not enough to just not see color, when the fact of the matter is we have to see color. We have to acknowledge that all of our cards are not dealt the same. I will never understand the oppression of my black brothers and sisters have faced, but it is my job to stand up for them, especially when their voice is being silenced. It is all of our fight for our children and our grandchildren to come. As a leader in our community, if you cannot represent everyone, then you have no business holding such a position. He may not have meant it in such a way, but as a mother of a black son, why would I trust you to keep my child's best interest in mind? How can I trust a board to protect our children if they are unwilling to educate themselves for a better tomorrow? A leader is someone to look up and to look up to and go to for guidance. I know many people growing up that had to go before the school board for a multitude of reasons. So imagine a child of color having to be judged by a board that is dismissive of racist opinions. Let's sit on that just a minute. A child. That is why there is no room for this behavior in our community. Let me also add, I grew up hearing my friends say my parents aren't racist, but I can't date a black girl or a boy. And if you are one of those, this is me telling you right now that that is in fact being a racist, and you need to do better. If you don't want to be one of those people that has to explain the slurs and horrible comments that my son will most likely hear one day, then teach your children, teach your parents, teach your grandparents. Read a book. While you're scrolling Facebook, go to an educational site that will explain to you about the systematic racism embedded so deeply into this country that even though no one alive has been a slave or a slave owner, it is still relevant to today's obstacles that the black community is still facing. This isn't about politics, it's about humanity. It's time for people to be accountable, especially if you were supposed to be a voice for this community.